no gold is not enough.
Добрый день everyone, Falboxer here and welcome back to my channel. And now I'm at the Open Test 10.0. That's right, this update will be the biggest update, just another biggest update that Wargaming just announced. So yeah, now we got a new Czechoslovakian heavy tanks, and just starting from the tier 6, this guy, the Škoda PJS, the tier 7, the VZ44-1, which is the brother of the Škoda T45, and there's a tier 8 guy, which is TNH 105-1000, and we got another tank which is tier 9, and that's a TNH TVZ51, and now last but not least, the beloved king of these boys, the VZ55. And these guys on a tier 9 tank and tier 10 tank has unique aiming mechanic. Yeah, it's a really brand new for these tanks from tier 9 and tier 10. It's pretty unique. I just tried many times. Yeah, many times for that, but let's talk about it later. So let's get into the starts at the tier 6. When you want just researching the Streetwagen M42, and you can go in for the engine, you can unlock this tank, the Škoda PJS. And for my personal opinion, this is cursed. And why? Because it's a Frankenstein between the VK3001P and the Soviet IS or IS-2. No, not that one, not the KV-3. That guy. The turret one, yeah. It's really weird how this tank actually looks like. It's really just the weirdest thing. It's a Frankenstein tank. I mean this is weirdest tank I've ever seen. But well, let's get started to the fully stocked one, just right here. So let's get right into it. The stock gun. It has 4.2 seconds of aiming time. The dispersion, it's pretty good. DPM is just that good. Well, the penetration is not that good, but yeah, you get the good penetration as well. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It has 7 degrees of gun depression and etc. So let's get in this gun, which improves just some of it, the damage, penetration just a little bit, and the DPM, it's good, but dispersion and aiming time, the accuracy is worst, and the reloading time you need a little bit longer. So well, let's see how this gun looks like. Pretty that long, but and the last but not least, this gun, which buffs a little bit better. It has good EPM, so it will be good to take some shot, and dispersion is a little bit better, so yeah, it's quite nice, and the reloading time is a little bit better. So let's get that one. Let's see the difference. Well, yeah. Now we have a turret, the first model, which is, yeah, kind of, the armor is kind of good with that, because this is very strong for that, but it's a little bit weaker when using a stock turret. That's pretty weird with that one. And let's mount. So yeah, and this guy, the second model, it improves it a little bit better. So let's get right into that one. Yeah, that actually looks like an IS tank, like that turret. It's a Frankenstein, into the cursed tank I've ever seen, in my opinion. This is not that good as well, but yeah. Let's see the hull. 165, which is really that strong. It's really strong. That is really strong. But you can use the gold shells. It has 205mm, which is really nice when you're shooting at tier 7 tanks or whatever. But yeah, it's a good tank. But let's get into mobility. 41 km/h, which is that good. Well, it's a pretty good tank, but it has not that good gun. The aiming time, it just sucked as well. But yeah, the worst thing that you can do is this gun, because the accuracy is not that quite well. But when you're using this one, the 75mm one, you can get a pretty better aiming time. But the top gun is always better, better. Now let's get into tier 7 one, which is the VZ44-1, and it actually, the hull, it looks like it came from Skoda T45. So yeah, but it has a new turret and a better gun. So let's go to check it out. Starting on a fully stocked one. Just look at that, buddy. So the armor of this turret, let's see, 173mm, which is pretty good for the tier 7 one. But when it comes to this turret, it has 190mm, which is really strong, really strong. But not for the tier 8s and tier 9s or whatever, tier 8, so it will be struggle with that. Now let's get into the gun. The 88mm one, 3.9 seconds of aiming time, which is good. Dispersion is decently good. DPM is good. The penetration is kinda that good, but not that good as well. It has 7 degrees of gun depression, same that one. Let's get on this gun, 100mm one. It has worst accuracy, so it will be not that good, and a little bit worse DPM, which is okay. The penetration is just a little bit improvements, so yeah. Let's see on that one. Yeah, this guy. Now let's moving on this turret, which is this, looks like, and let's get into this gun, which is projectile 105mm, and it has some improvements. The aiming time and dispersion just a little bit better, but the DPM and reloading time is much better, but it has a little bit of DPM, so yeah. Penetration not that changed, but only changed is the gold shells, which is pretty nice. Let's mount that one and how this gun looks like. It's pretty good. So let's get in the engine because of that. So when it comes to this, it has not that well, but just look at that. Pretty good with that. Let's see that one. When he improves 6, yeah, it improves much better hull turn rate, which is nice. Let's get back into the PJs. PJS is where it keeps changing. Yep, that one, and yeah, this is much better, improved hull turn rate, which is rotates faster. So yeah, it's a pretty good tank. It's a Skoda T45, but it has better turrets, and it has, well, let's get in its aiming time. Change 5.6, and there, and let's get back that one. It has a little bit better. It has a little bit better gun for this top turret, so kinda go with that. So let's get into A1, which is TNH 105 1000. Yeah, look at that, buddy. Yeah, look at that, buddy. So let's get into the fully stocked gun and turret, and let's see how this looks like. Yeah, kinda good. So this gun, it has aiming time good with that, not that good with that. The dispersion at 100 meters, it's quite good. DPM is quite good for this tank, and the penetration is quite good. It's just a good gun with that, but aiming time not that well. So yeah, not that well. Let's get into this gun and let's see how it changed. It changed the aiming time and dispersion, which is really nice. And now it has better DPM and reloading time. The penetration is now better. So let's mount that one and look at that. This one. Yeah. Now let's get into this turret. We changed a lot. 236mm, which is really nice. And let's see. Yeah, this you need to pen that one. If you miss that upper and lower that thing, it could be not penetrated as well. Which is really nice. And yeah, the space armor is a bonus, which is good. Now let's get into the gun. The gun, it's much better. Expect the aiming time. That's a little bit sucks as well. The penetration is quite good for this tank. It's really good for that. But the APCR shells is now really good with that. You can just pen some of the 210 tanks. Expect the E100 and Mouse can pen with that on a turret frontal armor, which is pretty good with that. So let's mount that one. Yeah, let's go with that. Now let's see the engine. The engine looks a little bit sucky, but well, but this one is much better. In this one, let's see that the hull turn is better, and aiming time is a little bit worse. When you go like this, it has a little bit better and better hull turn rate, which is really good. It's the gun itself is not that bad. It's not that bad. I see. You can just aim really good with that. So yeah, pretty nice tank. But the armor is incredible when it comes to this angle like that. But well, let's get into tier 9 one. And yeah, this guy, the TNHT VZ55 and the VZ55 is now receiving a new aiming mechanics, which is combat stabilization. Now let's explain that. At a forward speed for no more than 15 kilometers per hour, or at a reverse speed of no more than 15 kilometers per hour, the aiming circle remains small, allowing for more accurate aiming. So it's really good with that when you have a bad aiming time, the bad aiming accuracy. It's really good when you need to just see the green one. That means it will get a same aiming circle, which is really good. And when you go more than 15 kilometers per hour, the aiming circle will be bigger, and it will be nice until you moving the turret when you see the green one. So yeah, it's really good mechanic to see that. So let's get these guys out. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. This is how now it looks like. So tier 9, it's this gun. Yeah, it has not that good aiming time and decently good dispersion with decently good DPM. The penetration looks pretty good, but not for AP shells as well. But yeah, it's a pretty not that good accuracy for that. Let's see how this change. It changed really good. The dispersion is now good, and aiming time is a little bit better. So yeah, and the DPM is really good with that, and penetration did not that change, but the APCR, which is really nice with that. Let's mount that boy. Yeah, it looks like that one. So yeah, and let's see this guy, which is much worse than what you expect. Expect the penetration and the damage. Well, it's pretty not that good accuracy with that and with worse DPM, but yeah, you can get, but luckily you can get this mechanics, which is really nice. And look at that boy. And let's see the turret. Looks like that. Yeah, 170mm, which is kind of good with that. And there is this guy, which is 180mm. Is not much better. Better turret turn rate. Let's see how this looks like. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So let's see the engine. It's kind of not that well, but power to ratio is a little bit better. But yeah, it's really good with that. Now let's see this thing. The suspension, it's a little bit better for the top one. So yeah, quite good with that. It's a good tank with bad accuracy, but when it comes to this mechanic, it's pretty good with this. It's pretty good. And now the last tank for this Czechoslovakian heavy tanks are the VZ55. Look at that boy. With a camo, of course, with a beautiful camo. It's pretty good, it's really pretty good. But yeah, quite good. Now let's get into the gun, which is not that well in the meantime. The dispersion is quite good. Not that quite good. The DPM is decently good. The penetration is now much better because I see the APCR shells gets buffed to 300 from 300 to 330mm, which I is always using the calibrated shells just like other these tanks I just always using. So yeah, the armor 270mm, but it's still strong. It has very strong turret armor. It has really strong as hell. There's no kind of problems with that. As you saw some pictures on my Discord server, this is very armored. Expect the cupola one and this one too. But there is a driver's hatch that is weak that you can shoot at it. I just accidentally shoot it at the optical, that one. So yeah, so and all over play is just always weak, just like other tanks. There is no kind of things. And it's pretty nice tank, I see. It's pretty nice tank, but the gun is not that well good. But with this comeback stabilization is much better. It's much better when you come with. You need to be slower than 15 kilometers per hour. It's really nice to see that. Well, at least the gun itself, it's quite good, but. Yeah, it's quite good. It has good penetration now. So yeah, the turret itself, it has pretty good armor, I see. And a rear just non-existent. The mobility itself, it has 38 kilometers per hour, but it's just decent. It's a decent tank. It has decent heavy tank. Heavy tanks doesn't need mobility. I just always say it. Some of these tanks were so slow as hell. But, well, it's quite. So, yeah. These tanks are good, but not for accuracy. But when it comes to the tier 10 tank and tier 9 tank, it has a unique mechanics that is really good with that. That will be getting a job done. So let's see the gun. it has a broader seam as the Skoda T45 and as the Skoda T56. So let's see the accuracy what it looks like. 6 seconds. God, Jesus, this guy really needs to use a mechanic because this sucks. Like really, this is not that good as well. But well, let's see on this guy right here, and I see it has a better one because it has 105mm. So yeah, this guy wins because he has accuracy. But this guy, he has no accuracy at all, but he could be struggling with that. And it's quite good with that, it's to do so. But I just made a replay that I going 101 versus 1 with these tanks. So yeah, I just finding 101 because you need to see some armor profile with that. But yeah, just playing with that. Some battles are just face hugging. So yeah, just all of these tanks, just these replays right here. So yeah, enjoy. And of course, I'm just playing this kind of tanks with a brand new map, which I'm gonna talk about later. So yeah, enjoy.
Ještě jeden takový zásah a je po nich. Trefa do černého. To bude pole. Řidič to dostal, nemůžeme jet dost rychle. Zasáhli náš pás. Dorazili jsme ho. Vyrážíme. Skvělý zásah. Zasáhli náš pás. Už dlouho nevydrží. Dostali to. Tvrdě jsme je zasáhli. Nemůžeme se ani hnout. Ještě jeden takový zásah a je po nich. Pás jsme spravili, můžeme pokračovat. Optika je zničena. Nepřítel zasažen. Optika je opravená. Střela neprorazila. Odrazila se. Tělo poškozeno. Ztratili jsme přesnost. Náš kanón je zasažen. Těžký zásah. Periskop je vyřazen. Sotva vidíme. Poškodili jsme jejich pancíř. Periskop je opraven, ale moc toho nevydrží. Jeden z našich pásů je zničený. Nemůžeme dál. Dorazili jsme ho.
And now, as you can see, after when I fighting a one-on-one against these guys, just look at this map. And yeah, it's a really a brand new map, which is I really likes that a lot. They call it Lagoon, and it's a pretty just kind of good map. And I just saw there was just water improvements, but I said it not like this. Is I don't know, nothing changed, but it changed a little bit. So yeah, it just got some improvements. But just look at that. Just look at this map. It's really good at that. As hell. Hey, look at that. Look at this Easter egg right here. Look at this. Yeah, it's from the event. So yeah, it's really nice for the event on the Discord server. But can I find some Easter eggs? Can I find it? No. Actually not. Actually not. Can I will see? No. I don't even go in a hot even. Nothing to see there. But yeah, the Lagoon map, it looks pretty good. I just set it up to medium because why not? Because my FPS will be not good with this. But yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty nice map. It's pretty nice map. There is a capture flag. Yeah, it's really good. For this thing, it's really nice. I see. There's the ship right there. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really a nice map, as you can see. This map will be available in the next update, so keep in the eyes, and it should be great. It should be great. So just look at this map. I like this one. I like this one. It looks like a. Ooh, I don't remember that old map. It's the Chinese one, the Chinese thing map. But yeah, it looks cool. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But let's get into some of the huge balance changes for these guys. So yeah, let's check it out. So let's get into the balance changes. So let's get into one. So first we got these two British tanks, which is the Comet and Centurion one, and it got a new gun. That's right. It features now the hash, or the high explosive. It has penetration of 156, and the average damage has 200 millimeters, same as the HE shells with low penetration. But you can see the difference. You can see the difference. It has APCI, has melee penetration, but the but the damage is worse, which is kinda not that well. But this one, it will be a beast. The gun will be a beast because of this gun that features the hash. And the same as the Centurion 1, the tier 8 tank has got the same thing too. It has hash shells that has 187 millimeter, and the damage it has 250 millimeter, which is pretty good with that. It really has a new gun for the Comet and the Centurion 1, which is pretty good with this. So yeah, and there is another difference. That has the Cromwell, which is his top gun, that has better armor, which is I'm really shocked. Same as the Crusader. This one is really bad, but this one, 85 millimeter. That's a huge difference. That's the huge difference of the Crusader. That is really nice with that. That is really nice with that. And yeah, there is the AMX 5120, which he got a new look at the PBR graphics, and yeah, it changed a lot. Very changed a lot. And now he got a new gun that features 4 shells of magazine. That's right, guys. This tank has 4 pieces of magazine. which is really nice to do with that. And yeah, there is the AMX 50B, which is now gets buffed with that, and I saw the shell reloading time, it has 2.73 seconds instead having a 3 seconds of it. It has now a good DPM, which is pretty nice. And there is even more tanks, as I said about it. So yeah, there is the French tanks right here, which has the big changes with some tanks like the armor, the center part of commander's hatch in the turret has been nerfed, and the turret's cheeks have been nerfed, and even left and right parts of observation has been nerfed, which is, oh yeah. And there is a lower part of hull which is nerfed. That tank got a little bit weaker, but the hit points is now having higher, which is pretty nice with this, and gun dispersion is now worse, and aiming time is now better. And let's see the ARL-44, the strongest tier 6 tank in the game. The armor, the lower glasses plate of part of armor behind the tracks, it got nerfed. The top speed got buffed, and the shell penetration got nerfed, which is the ape, this one, and the second one, yeah, it got nerfed as well. So yeah, not that bad. Dispersion is now much better. Of the 105 gun, which is this one, got, yeah, the accuracy got buff, which is nice. Shell penetration of a 90mm gun, it got nerfed as well, and the dispersion got buffed, which is nice. And the terrain crossing capacity got buffed. View range got nerfed. Reloading time of these guys got buffed, which is nice. AMX M4 MLE 45, the hit points got nerfed, the reloading time got buffed, and the dispersion got buffed, and this one, it has the second 105mm gun got buffed too. Top speed got buffed, and the turret speed got nerfed. Now let's see the AMX 5100. Hit points got nerfed, engine power got buffed, and the terrain crossing capacity got buffed too. The Top Gun reloading time got nerfed for some reason. Yeah, buffed. Yeah, I see the difference. So yeah, the turret traverse speed got nerfed, which is not that good as well. But yeah, will have better DPM because of that. Now, I just said about it, it has 4 shell magazine, it has a new gun, which is really nice, but the turret traverse speed is now got buffed. So yeah, it's really nice with that. And I just said about it, the AMX 50B, the hit points got nerfed, and shell reloading time got buffed. And the top reverse speed, it got buffed too, which is really nice to say about it. Now, the second one, we got British mediums, as I told about it. So yeah, the Crusader has better armor, which is nice. The hit points got buffed, reloading time got buffed too, and top reverse speed got nerfed, which is good for this armor, for this tank. Cromwell got a huge buff for this armor, huge one. This is crazy with that. The hit points got buffed, the aiming time got buffed, the engine power got nerfed, the hull turret speed got nerfed, and the gun dispersion got nerfed. Let's get into Comet. Taurus Cheeks has better armor, it has better gun mantlet, upper part of the gun mantlet got better, and the part around the gun mantlet got better too, which is nice. The engine power got nerfed, the gun dispersion of this gun got nerfed, the penetration got buffed, and yeah, in this one, I just said about the Comet and Citroen that he got the hash shells, which is really nice. Now let's get into Centurion. The armor got buffed, and the upper and lower classes got buffed, which is really nice. So, yeah, the engine power got buffed. So, yeah, the reloading time of this gun, it has buffed. Dispersion of this gun, it got nerfed, and the shell velocity got nerfed for some reason, but it doesn't affect gameplay. There's not a talk about it. And let's get into Centurion Mark 7-1. Armor, it got buffed up turret cheeks, turret roof, and the gun matter, which is really nice to see there. Reloading time of this gun, the 105mm one, got buffed, and the dispersion got buffed as well. So standard shell velocity got nerfed for some reason, and the HE shell penetration got nerfed. 105 to 65mm. That is big oof for this tank. Really big oof. And now let's see the American tank destroyers. That's right, baby. Now let's get into Hellcat. The armor got buffed. Really got buffed. Gun mantlet, turret front, turret side, and armor behind the gun mantlet, which is the Hellcats now have stronger armor on the gun mantlet. I mean, Jesus, this tank is really good with that, but armor still sucks. Whatever. But yeah, hit points got buffed, dispersion got buffed, damage per shot got buffed, the gun dispersion got nerfed, reloading time got nerfed a little bit, and the engine power got nerfed a little bit. Now let's see the T-25-2, the armor on the gun mantlet and the armor behind the gun mantlet got buffed. Armor behind the gun mantlet has no armor whatsoever. But in next update, this gun mantlet will be very, very strong. As you can see, the hit points got buffed, the dispersion got buffed, the damage per shot got buffed, the gun dispersion got nerfed, top speed got nerfed, and engine power got nerfed. T-28 prototype. I'm very happy about the top speed. 20 kilometers per hour is really the worst thing I've ever seen. 28 kilometers per hour. Thank you, Wargaming. You're finally doing this. Finally, you're doing that thing. I mean, holy Jesus, this thing is really the slowest thing I've ever seen. This is, for my personal opinion, the worst tank I've ever seen when it comes to mobility. So, yeah, the armor is really good now. The gun mantlet is now strong as hell. That is really good with that. The engine power got buffed, the shell velocity got a little bit nerfed, and the V range got a little bit nerfed. Now let's get into the T-30. The armor is now stronger now, and the commander's cupola upper part. God, this thing will be nice. Will be good with that. That will be good with that. The hit points got buffed, the shell penetration got nerfed for some reason, and velocity got nerfed too. Engine power, it has, yeah, they just buff it, which is nice. Top speed got buffed as well. Aiming time got buffed. Aiming time. I mean, that's a reloading time. That's a reloading time. And the reloading time got buffed, as you can see. And there was a terrain crossing capacity got buffed, which is nice. And let's see the tier 10 one, which is T110E4. That got some changes. The armor of the turret cheeks and the turret barbette and the turret's machine gun cupola got buffed, which is really nice. Really, really nice. Hit points got buffed. Shell penetration a little bit nerfed. As you can see, yeah, got nerfed. Half reverse speed is now buffed. Shell velocity got nerfed. Engine power got buffed. Gun dispersion got nerfed, and reloading time got buffed, which is really nice to see there. So yeah, it's really good to see there. It's really good to see there, because it's not quite good when it comes to this, but yeah. And now let's see the PBR tanks that will become. And there is a Tiger P, as you can see. A Tiger P is now much good with this camo that you can get during the event, or you just buy it for a pop-up offer. So yeah, it's really cool now. It's really cool now. And there's an AMX 5120, which is as I say earlier. So yeah, and even Super Conqueror got a PBR. And where is it? Brrr. This one. That's right, this one. I didn't own this tank, but this is much better. God bless you. This is incredible with that. So yeah. So you just saw these changes. There's a new tanks, new map, and yes, there's some changes. So yeah, it's pretty nice to see there. So that's it, guys. Like and subscribe and comment something, and yeah, goodbye.